Hi, I'm Tiffany Peterson, and welcome to Success Connection, my very first newsletter. I'm thrilled to be sharing this with you, and today's success tip that we're going to focus on is very fitting for me, considering that this newsletter I've been thinking about and working on and entertaining this idea for well over a year, and it's finally here. And I've even made a commitment that this is my very first take on this video and that we're sending this one out. So to go along with the whole message of perfect's great, done is better. So you're going to be with me to see however this turns out. But I love this teaching, and it was something that a coach shared with me last summer in discussion of completion and achieving goals, is that perfect's great and done is better. And that's actually here in my home office, here up on one of my boards, is just this little post-it note that reminds me of that teaching all the time. So feel free to share that as well for yourself, a 3x5 card post-it note, to remind yourself that perfect's great, done is better. See, what happens when we're in a perfectionistic mindset or thinking that something has to be quote-unquote perfect before we'll engage it, take it on, do it, complete it, is that it really puts us into that black and white thinking. And it's an all or nothing approach versus life and goals and achievement is really about progress. And I know I should know this, I teach that and I have known it. It's taken me a little bit of time as I've had this idea of the way that I wanted this to come about, as well as, like you, lots of different priorities on your plate that you're working on at one time. And so we can often have many goals or dreams that we're wanting to achieve, but it's getting them done. So there's two ways to look at this topic. One is from a belief standpoint, and secondly, there's a success strategy I'm going to share with you that helps me on lots of different projects and goals, as well as my different clients. So we'll talk about it from a behavior standpoint as well as belief. So again, belief is allowing ourselves to consider and focus on the progress that we're making. And so whether for you the focus is that you're wanting to write a book, rather than think, okay, I've got to have the perfect lake house with the typewriter and 3 full days of peace and quiet, to really be able to start writing that book, is I would invite you to take on what I call the 15-minute rule, and this is the success strategy. And that 15-minute rule is to take on any goal or objective, rather than thinking I've got to have hours or days or a whole weekend, is to work on that project for 15 minutes. So it's reframing that belief or that thought that it's got to be perfect, right? I've got to have a perfect amount of time. I use this a lot, like in house cleaning or organizing, is that rather than thinking I've got to have 3 hours to work on that garage or that home office, it's more focused on, okay, I have 15 minutes, and dedicating those solid 15 minutes to taking action on it. That could also be true with like health and exercise. I know I used to be very guilty of thinking unless I had a full hour, right, perfect, ideal, then I wouldn't go to the gym and do nothing. But maybe I had 20 or 30 minutes that I could exercise. So something that I've started doing and been doing for quite some time is that, I'll go on a brisk walk for 15 or 20 minutes, or do yoga for 15 minutes, or something simple like that. And I'm going to invite you to try this out as well, is that rather than waiting for I've got the amount of time that I need or the perfect environment to begin my goal, is to focus on what can I do today for 15 minutes that moves me closer to my goal. Maybe it's taking 15 minutes to make 3 or 4 sales calls or follow-up emails, or 15 minutes to do a page of scrapbooking if that's your thing. It could be 15 minutes to cleaning up that bathroom, and 15 minutes to working on that book. For me, literally, I sat down this morning and mapped out what I wanted to say and what I wanted the content of my newsletter to take place or take form. And it really was probably 20, 30 minutes tops. And so I understand this, obviously, as I like to say, I'm a recovering perfectionist, but it's just allowing ourselves to see that and making it okay that it really is about progress. It isn't about being perfect. And sometimes perfect is fear-based, well, it's got to be perfect. What will it look like? How do I look? How will this seem? Sometimes it's just we're not clear in the first place of what we really, really want. And so we may need to take some time to get clarity to that. And we can also just flat out be procrastinating. We might just be not in the habit. We may not have the accountability I know for me, I've upped my game in my fitness and having a fitness trainer, as well as having someone come in and help me organize my home office a few hours, a month. This was back in June. That's really helped me. So maybe it's an accountability aspect, or it's just not your current habit. But I hope this has been helpful, is that again, perfect is great, done is better. Whatever your goal may be, allow yourself to entertain that there are other ways to achieve the things that you want, as well as allowing yourself to understand that by you making a video, for instance, or that newsletter, you are in action. And the fastest way to improve anything is by taking action. Maybe for you, it's you're needing to make some more sales calls or following up, and you're waiting until you have the perfect confidence or the perfect result. Maybe you're selling some health product in a network marketing company, and you're waiting until you have the perfect result or the perfect, certain level of success before you'll have complete confidence to really share this great message, rather than getting into action. So again, your challenge to apply this right away is to identify what are simple things I could do, 15 minutes, that can help me create the environment, the relationships, the health, the business, the bank account, the experience basically in life that you're wanting to create. Thanks so much for listening, and perfect's great, done is better. Just like this video, here we go. This is my first cut, first take, and I look forward to communicating with you on a regular basis and helping support you achieve the life and the goals and the results that you're wanting.